Hello, good morning. My name is Tabenna Biko, and this is my discussion post 11. So, after I watched the Tell Me More excerpt, I'm gonna talk about times when I basically got more feedback and why the feedback was effective. So, I guess I could start by saying there was like one time I told my manager, one time my manager really told me I needed to like slow down on how I was working. Like I really was going too fast. I believe I was working at I was working at Old South at Six Flags where we had to make funnel cakes and whatnot. So I was doing my thing, normally I'm making the funnel cakes, so I make extra, just depend on the time of the day. So let's say it's the morning time, we have a little rush before 12, so I'll probably make a lot extra. And throughout the day, I'll just probably keep like one to two, three, just extra, just in case we do have a pop. But this day, I was just making more because we had more people just keep coming. So my manager was trying to tell me to slow down because we were gonna run out of batter, and I wasn't really listening. But I just kept doing it, and I was missing that small detail when she was saying that. So, after a while, I kind of realized that I was moving too fast, and because I was trying to be efficient, but me moving too fast, trying to be efficient, didn't really help the team in a sense. It's really hindering the squad. So I guess the feedback helped shift my focus, and it helped me be more intentional with how I was moving. And there was another time, I guess, and like my coworker also mentioned how I could improve on how I communicate during team rushes because I talk kind of crazy sometimes at work. I just like to get things done, but I've been learning how to tone that down. It made me more aware of how I talk because some people don't receive that well. Some people don't receive the way that you talk. You have to come to terms with how everybody can receive it well. So it made me like appreciate that, and I appreciated the fact that they actually brought that up in a calm manner and it gave me the respect to not be mad at me on how I talk. They just understood that that's just how I talk, and they respected me enough to come to me privately, bring me to the side, and say, "Hey, you don't need to change how you talk. I want you to go far in life," and I respected that. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that stuck with me. So the next one that I'm going to discuss is times that I received feedback and I chose not to incorporate the feedback. So, okay. There was one time I was working at a metal warehouse in Ackworth, Georgia. And the supervisor told me I should like lift the box, not even a box, it was like a pallet, just lift it up differently so I could like avoid injury, not strain anything, just to do things the safe way. This is when I was young. Not that I was dumb, but I was just kind of young. I wasn't really. I felt like I knew. I felt like I knew what I was doing. Let's say that. So he told me not to lift it up. I used to just pull things up really fast and not really use my legs. I would, but I hurt my leg before, so I don't try to use my leg that much. So I'll try to use upper body strength. That didn't go well. So one day he kept telling me like, yo, you need to lift it up differently. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to pull something one day. You're not going to be young forever. So a year into the job, I'm doing the same thing over and over. This one day, I just happened to just go up too fast and I just felt something in my groin. Like it pulled so bad, Like I just dropped the thing instantly and I dropped it on my foot, the foot that hurt. So as soon as I did that, I was in instant pain because the things that we lift up are like hundreds of pounds and it has metal on it. So I'm instantly in pain. So not only did I pull my groin, I hurt my foot again. So I was out of work for like 2 weeks. So that was a time that I really wish I would have took his advice. And ever since then, I lift everything up with my whole body now, like legs included. Like I don't care. I'm not skipping that step no more. So yes, I wish I would have took his advice because had I taken his advice, I would have not missed work. But at the same time, it was a good thing that I didn't take his advice because me not taking his advice made me miss work for so long that I thought outside the box. With me thinking outside the box, At first, I was out of school for a while. I wouldn't say care to come back to school, but me not being able to work and actually thinking like, wow, I need my body to actually work. Instead of I could use my brain and go back to school, get my degree, and I can find a job where I don't have to use my body as much. So that just empowered me to just say, you know what, let me just go back to school, man. So it was a good thing and a bad thing. But I still wish I would have took his advice because I would never hurt myself. So yeah. And lastly, discuss when I gave feedback and it wasn't taken. So there was a time also when I was working in the warehouse. I noticed a coworker was like, he was stacking up the pallets very weirdly, but he was using, I can't remember the name of this thing, the pallet jack. He was using the pallet jack to do it. But the way he was stacking, like the way I stack mine, the pallets, they're always uneven in a sense. So you have to kind of stack them in a way that it would make sense. So you have to, even though they're uneven, you have to line them up correctly and make it even. So this new worker, he came from somewhere different. So I guess I don't know how they do it or how their pallets are. It's to the point where you can sit one pallet upside down, then put one pallet upside up on top of it, and it'll keep going up that way and it won't fall over and it'll just be connected. Our pallets aren't like that. So I was trying to explain to him, like, no, we can't do it that way. Like, you can do that for small steps, but once you have to do 4 or more, that's gonna fall over and it might hit you. You need to stop. He didn't believe me. He kept doing it his way. And sure enough, there was a time where we literally had we had a big order, and as we were putting the mail away, we had to stack the pallets up. And he was in a rush to go home because that was the last thing we had to do. And he just stacked it up. And literally, like, within 5 minutes, the lady that works for us, she doesn't even work inside the warehouse. She just does paperwork. She was just literally walking by. And I guess she touched it and the thing fell over and literally dislocated her shoulder. So I wish he would have taken my feedback because that really hurt my feelings because I liked that lady. The lady was cool. And he could have avoided all the extra trouble he got into because I literally told him he was one of my friends. I told him, he just didn't listen to me. And at the end, it was to his demise. So yeah, I really wish he would have took my advice. So yeah, this is my discussion post 11. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your day. Have a blessed one. Thank you.